Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Weekend Update, January 30th. It's actually like January 89th, if anybody was counting. It feels like it's been quite a long month. But lots of great excitement going on. Hopefully everybody's dug out of the snow, and maybe the worst part was the ice storm part of it. And everybody's out there, I know a lot of kids haven't back at school yet. They just had a quick little 10-day break, which was nice for them. But let's dive into all the great things going on at Samson, all the things we had going on this week, and big week next week, lots of exciting stuff. So, keeping current matters. Want to let you know they've updated. Now we get 2 monthly Real Talk scripts, 1 weekly blog, 1 social media graphic. New scripts are given out on the Wednesday, the first and third Wednesday of each month. Some of you that are especially at MVAR talked to Brian, and they've unveiled a new member benefit where you get 1 script a month, which is exciting for MVAR. It's great for Ryan, but he did talk to me before he announced it, and wanted to make sure that what we were giving was still a ton better. But 1 weekly blog, 1 social media graphic, and 2 monthly Real Talk scripts. So great stuff. If you're not using Keeping Current Matters, I would definitely encourage you to log into that. Email the help desk to get your login if you don't have that yet. Lots of exciting stuff coming on with offices. Next Monday, so this is a temp office, but it's really nice. Linda Arnett, regional managers in there, and got it filling it up with people. It's fantastic. It's on Green Spring Drive in Timonium. It's right next to the GDDR building. We're about 2 streets over from where our new office is going to be on York Road. So we're going to do a temporary Timonium temp office, kind of more of a soft opening party just for this new office. Let us get to see everybody. Everybody gets to see us. Everybody gets to see this great space. We're probably going to be here 4 more months, call it 3 or 4 more months. Hopefully York Road will be ready April, May, June. We'll see how the construction's coming along. But wanted to let you guys know we have that party planned 12 to 2. Come by, have some lunch, get to see all of our Timonium crew if you're interested where that office is. The following Monday, we're going to do our Pennsylvania launch, our Greencastle grand opening. I know it's not really official on the computer yet. They need the sign to go up tomorrow, and then they make it an official office. But all of those things will come into place by the 9th, I'm sure of it. But we are planning our grand opening party for the 9th, and we're really excited to have everybody up there. Again, 12 to 2 at that office in Greencastle, PA. It's about 25 minutes north of Hagerstown, so not too far away for everybody on that western side of Maryland. So excited to see everybody up there on the 9th as well. We went through the snapshot last week, but just amazing stuff that we all accomplished last year. Really excited about our company and the way we're growing in such a phenomenal way. Really so many great things. I've talked to some of you about this. We've got a bunch of number ones to announce. We're putting up some graphics together now. We should be unveiling those hopefully probably early in the week next week, but we're going to have the number ones in the DMVs and Novas and all the different counties. There are 20 different counties we're number one in and some areas. So really excited about launching a lot of cool graphics, a lot of things that you can share and use in all your social media and all of your your listing presentations and all that kind of good stuff. So $12.2 billion in sales, 22,188 transactions. Really, really awesome stuff. We were just crushed it. The national rankings don't normally come out till first, second week of March. I have submitted a lot of those already, but we'll start to hear some of where we rank nationally, probably early to mid-March, if I recall. So we'll keep you posted as those things come out as well. All right, let's dive into our Bright data. A fun fact about Bright before we dig into this weekly market report. I was informed yesterday by the Bright broker rep that I was talking to about some of the office exclusive issues that we now have the most agents in all of Bright. The most agents in all of Bright. Bright goes from New Jersey down to Richmond. We have this company with the single most agents in Bright's whole footprint. That's pretty cool, right? So most agents in all of Bright. We passed a company that headquarters might be down the street here. I won't mention who they are, but they were number one for a while in agent count in all of Bright, and we've now passed them. We have more agents in all of Bright. And we're not really in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, a little bit few in Delaware, a lot of these states that cover Bright. So awesome stuff. Really proud of that accomplishment. All right, diving into the stats. Showings, just about 17,000. I was actually surprised that this was down a little bit. I wonder if a little bit of it's so induced, because it's down from the week before and down from a year ago at this point. Because I was in our mastermind yesterday, and everybody, all they could talk about is the buyers are out, multiple offers, everything crazy again. If it's price good, we heard 5, 7, 12, 15 offers on properties, which was crazy music to my ears. So I love that. So while showings were down, Well, this indicates it. There you go. 1,100 contracts, up 11.5% from a year ago, up 4% from a week ago. So we're seeing a lot of that delta start to shift a little bit. Now, some of these stats might be thrown off a little bit because we did have the snow days, Sunday for sure, and then Monday, Tuesday, as people were digging out, we lost a couple days there of really good showings in there. New listings, 988. Pretty flat from last year, down a lot from a week ago. But again, I think people saw the snow. Maybe some people held it back for after that was coming. 6,800 active inventory, 23% more than last year at this time. This is the smallest this number's been in a while. This was sitting 30, 35, 40, kind of creeped down to 28, 26, 23. So, we are seeing that shrink a little bit. It's turning much more into a seller's market overnight on us. I was talking to people at Black Mastermind. They had listings in November and December, same listing, sitting, one every showing every couple weeks. All of a sudden, they got to mid-January, and there were 10 showings, 4 contracts. The buyers came out. Same listing, nothing changed, just buyers came out for it now. Our North Central Virginia, 4,200 showings, pretty flat from a year ago, down from last week, but up 34% in contracts from a year ago and up 4% from last week. New listings up, this is weird, up 27% from a year ago. That just seems more inventory out. 17% down from last week. That's the snow factor coming in for last weekend. Active inventory about 2,500, 34% more than last year. Again, this is down a little bit from what we've seen in previous weeks. Baltimore Metro down 7% in showings from a year ago, 16% from last week. 700 contracts. It's weird. Showings down in each segment, but our contracts were up 12.5% from a year ago and 2.6% from last week. So really much more competitive market. 30% more listings put on the market than last year at this time, and just under 5,000 active inventory, 30% more than we had at this point last year. So last couple here, we've got Maryland, West Virginia Panhandle, 1,700 showings, pretty flat from a year ago. 163 contracts, pretty flat, down from last week. 170 new listings, 10% more listings, which is great. Active inventory all down to 1,577, which is 14.7% more than last year. This is the lowest and closest that gap's been year over year as well. So tightening up a little bit, which means more competition, flips over to a little bit more of a seller's market than we've been in for a little bit. Last one here, SMAR. Showings down a little bit. New contracts up 17% year over year. So again, similar formula there. New listings 116, up 32%. Active inventory about 30% more. This has been a little bit 35, 40, even was 50 earlier in the summer. So that is evening out a little bit there. Let's dive into our top performers across our company for last week. Top 5 of the individuals. Ruth Garvey, there you go, number 1 in volume. Great job, Ruth. Leanne, nice. Lorraine Miller, number 3. Victoria Zhao, number 4. And Viktor Kutsevich, number 5. Some great praise on that list there. Top 5 in transactions for last week. Leanne Anais, Walter Vasquez Johnson, Micah Deonda, Sandra Echenique, new to Samson there, and Lorraine Miller. So great job to all of you being the top 5s in volume and transactions across our whole country, and our whole company last week. Let's go to our top teams in volume. Shepherd Homes Group, bringing it home number 1 last week. Great job, Shepherd Homes Group. Carolyn Young Team number 2. One South Ridge Group number 3. Ray Gernhardt and Associates with Ruth there, number 4, and Fox Homes Team crashing it there, number 5. Top 5 in transactions for the week. Shepherd Homes Group number 1, Bob Ronna Group number 2, Carolyn Young Team number 3, One South Realty Group number 4, and Fox Homes Team number 5. So great job, just some fantastic teams, top performers for the week there. Amazing, $1 million lunch and learns, got $1 million. Close to $1 million. I think it looks like we have 9 on the schedule for February. So we're all over the place. You can see that we're all over our footprint. Great opportunities all over the place to introduce a friend to Samson. December, January, February, these are 3 months that it's easy to move. Get settled, get to your new location before that spring market hits. If they can't make any of these lunch and learns, go to joinsamson.com, reach out to me, reach out to the recruiting team. We'd love to talk to them. And you get referral rewards. Reminder every time you just connect them to Samson or bring them to a lunch and learn. We'll help convince them why it's a great place, but a few words from you mean a lot when it comes to them considering this. All right, an announcement here at HQDU. So we have to reschedule our Waldorf Fund. It did snow Wednesday. We didn't think it was worth it, coming up there and not knowing how many people would be able to dug out and be able to get there. So we will get that back on the schedule. White Marsh, February 4th. Tyson's, February 11th. And Martinsburg, February 25th, we've known about. We're going to do something very different for our February 18th. We're not going to do a sales meeting this month. We are going to do a HQ to Zoom, which is something new. Now, that timing on that screen, there's a little bit off. It's going to be 9 to 3, HQ to Zoom. So at 9 o'clock, it's going to be like a sales meeting where everybody can Zoom in from all over our footprint like we do now. And Sarah and I will start us, get us going on the day. We're going to have a fantastic calendar of classes that we'll show you, but they're all going to be Zoom-based from this studio in the nice, beautiful studio that Jesse set up here with great sound, a great video, and all the things. And we're going to have, Bethany will teach. We'll have a loan class. We'll have Cardinal in. We'll have Sarah and I will do our Q&A. Lynn will teach class. Richard's going to teach. What prompted this really was Richard's got some great AI stuff coming. He's got a great chat library. He's going to do some real interactive stuff on how you can use AI smoother in your life. Look, we know Dustin and some of these other guys are amazing at AI, and they're on like level 10. But what I've asked Richard today, he's done a great job, is let's get down to level 1, 2, 3, 4. How can we help agents use this in their business every day to make themselves more efficient? So he's going to have a whole prompt library that we're going to launch here, and we're going to show you how to do it in some of these classes. So we're going to have a great full day of classes. We're going to do a Real Scout class as well. So great day. It's going to be 9 to 3. You're going to be able to Zoom, jump into the Zoom, watch as much as you want, and then we're going to video each class or save the recording of that Zoom and post them on the Cardinal Nest there shortly thereafter, similar like we did with the sales meeting. So really excited about HQ to Zoom. We'll see more coming out about that in the next couple weeks, but February 18th, circle that day in your calendar to log in and watch as much of it as you can. Let's dive into the Cardinal Title Group trends. We've got very different looking trends than we've had because that market is shifting us a little bit. So this was 217 contracts that we reviewed. That is quite a few contracts. Really almost a third when it looks at lower than list price, at list price, higher than list price. Across those footprints, a little bit, it's actually slanted towards higher than list price in West Virginia and Virginia, and a little bit lower in Maryland, D.C., but very close to a third, which is very different than we've been looking at lately, right? A lot of the black with lower than list price. Days on market, we still have a little bit more Maryland, D.C., and West Virginia, the older, but they're just now selling quicker because those people that were on the market still, now the buyers are coming out. But that blue is huge. Virginia, 48% of the contracts went less than 7 days, 30% West Virginia, 21% Maryland, D.C. That is dramatically different than we've been looking at the last 12 weeks when I've been doing this. Financing contingency, still a good amount of people getting that. Appraisal contingency, still a good amount of people getting that. This is an interesting byproduct because we're seeing more competition, but still a lot of people getting home inspections, which is what I heard from the conversation yesterday too, which is fine. Look, home inspections are good. They're good for buyers. 100% Maryland, D.C. got inspections, 68% Virginia, 91% West Virginia. So we're starting to see that in Virginia be a little bit less getting in every deal, but the rest of them got it on pretty much every deal. Seller subsidy, huge in West Virginia, 29% Virginia, 39% Maryland, D.C. And then our buyer rep compensation. I love that 100% of people got paid. That's fantastic. And only 6.4% got under 2%. So that means almost everybody got paid good. 10% was 2%. 71% of contracts got 2.5%, and 12% got 3% or more. That's 83% of our people got paid 2.5% or more. That's probably the highest we've ever had here. So I love that. I'm slightly worried about as we get into a more competitive market that buyer agent commission gets a little bit harder to stay in the contract, but it seems like at least through last week, it went great. So love that. Love our Cardinal Title Group trends. Great idea to use these when it comes to setting expectations for buyers and sellers. I've had many of our top producers say these are super helpful when it comes to talking to their people ahead of time. Samson Rentals, tenantreportx.com. You can log in there. We're now going to start taking our tenant rentals. Your rental listings can go there because the big thing was that we weren't getting with Rent Spree a criminal check, and we really want to make sure that those things are happening, a background criminal check, and I think that that's super important if you're going to buy somebody, whether they should list, whether they should let people move into their house or not. At least I would want to know that, right? Remember, we got lots of amazing tools for you to use. Just continue to dive into our classes, dive into all the things we have to offer. If you want this year to look a little bit different than last year did for you. My weekly plug for Zillow Showcase, I really think it's a phenomenal product. I would do it on every single listing. We actually had somebody yesterday at our mastermind say, I hadn't done Showcase yet, but I went to a listing presentation, thought I got it, thought I was going to win. They called me and said, I didn't get it. I said, why didn't I get it? And the seller said the other agent was going to do Zillow Showcase, and that was why I pitched them. I don't have to hear that once. And now that I've just told it to you, I won't be like, you know what? I'm never going to lose a listing over that. It gives you more exposure. It gives you a better chance of winning the listing. It gets you a better chance of getting the next listing because you look good to all the neighbors. So those are my 3 reasons anyway. All right, let's dive into everything we got going on next week. Monday, we got a Sky Slope and a Real Scout training. 10 to 2, we're going to be in Front Royal. Stephanie's going to do all the things. Weekly Boost with Lynn Hamilton is get your Monday going. Zillow Showcase training, if you're interested in what I just said. Monday at 11 o'clock with Zillow Showcase. Tracking market activity with Bright. This is the Bright MLS taught by them. 12 o'clock, great idea. You can see what market activity is going on Bright, how to better find these things in your neck of the woods. Creating a CMA in Bright is right after that, 1 o'clock. Again, Bright MLS led classes, so I love that. Print marketing class with Tommy at 3 o'clock. Tuesday, we've got MBR contract class at Tyson's with Todd and Rolf. Group coaching class with Pat Sowers at 10 o'clock. Maryland Broker Beat with Kara. It's a virtual class. MBR contract training with Steve. This is in Chantilly. Part 1, 10 to 11:30. In person. Some of these got bumped because of snow. So you got contract classes in Tyson's, and you got contract classes in Chantilly. If you're in Northern Virginia, you should be getting a contract. And you got Broker Beat with Kara. So if you want to get your cup filled by your brokers, Tuesday's a great opportunity to do that. And then social media in a nutshell. Stafford, 11 to 12, great class there. Continuing to Stafford, we got a Cardinal Title group. They're going to do a lunch and learn in Alexandria. You can come learn it's about feeing that new law that's coming out, and they'll feed you lunch, which is great. Sky Slope training 2 to 3:30 as well. I believe actually Tuesday, Jumpstart, it's not on here, but Jumpstart with Lynn got pushed from last week. All day, she'll be in Columbia doing her Jumpstart training all day. I know Boomy just sent out an email to everybody in Columbia about that, but check the Cardinal Nest. If you want to do Jumpstart, Columbia office is beautiful. You can drive there anywhere in Maryland. You can get there, get all-day Jumpstart training in person with Lynn. So I'd encourage you to do that. All right, Wednesday, Winmore with Homes.com. That's a virtual class at 10 o'clock. Bull Trail with Will at 11 o'clock. Bull Trail class all day in Winchester. So you'll be able to teach you Bull Trail if you want some one-on-one training and you're in that Winchester, Front Royal, West Virginia area, or even Leesburg. Go west for it. So great stuff with Will there in Winchester office. Thursday, we got a Lofty class at 10, contract training part 2 with Steve. So you got part 1 on Tuesday, part 2 on Thursday. Cardinal Title Group lunch and learn in Arlington this time, so they'll feed you lunch in Arlington and teach you probably the same class. So if you go a second time, you just go for lunch. Business Skill Builders with Lynn, Follow Retention Management, 1 o'clock, virtual class. Master Your Marketing, so you got to focus on newsletters. Newsletters near and dear to my heart. I think every single person in your database should get a newsletter in print every month from you. It is a foundational piece that I would have in my business. That's 2:30 virtual class with Lynn. Friday, 11 o'clock, Real Scout class with Stephanie. If you're not using Real Scout, guys, you're missing out. I would highly suggest you jump into Real Scout. It will help you bring your database closer to you, help them only searching you, get them off the portals. Whew, that was a mouthful. So many great things going on at Samson. Guys, we can't do it all without the support that you've got there at Cardinal Title Group. The more you guys support us, the more that we can pour back into doing great things for you all. We are growing bigger, better, stronger every single day. It's because of all your hard work, your loyalty, and your support of Cardinal Title Group that helps that engine go. So I just want to thank you all so much for everything y'all do. It's been a great January. Everybody's dug out, ready to start selling homes. The spring market has hit us fast. When I talked to a lot of our top producers yesterday, they're like, it is coming and it's coming hard, and it is raring to go. So nothing got me more excited than hearing their conversation yesterday. So I think it's going to be a fantastic February, March, April, and a great year here at Samson. So dig in, connect with us, learn if you don't know it, use all the tools we've got, and you're going to have your best year yet. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you all over our footprint. We'll see you all over our footprint next week. Take care.